Welcome everybody to another episode of the Kick and Make Up Show. I'm your host, the American Hybrid, Nick Cunningham, and with me as always, Jeremy J.D. Dorsey. What's going on, man?
We're back, man.
We're back.
Wow.
Holy crap. If you guys waited by your computer since the last episode, we said we were taking a little break.
We hope you made it.
Yeah, sorry. Your beard's probably ginormous. You're probably hungry. Maybe use the bathroom. I don't know. We're back though, man.
Yep. Last time we were here, I didn't have a beard. Now I got like a full beard.
I did have a beard actually.
Yep. Things are really different now though.
Right. We are live here today at Brix in downtown Moline, 425 15th Street in Moline. So whenever you're watching this, come on down, check out this new place. Opened a few months ago.
Right.
Doing very well, and we appreciate everybody here letting us come and shoot the show. Just want to get some specials out of the way too. It is Sunday today.
Oh, definitely.
So their specials on Sunday are $6 specialty pizzas and $3 homemade sangrias on tap. And you know that's my drink, so you know I had to get one. And it definitely came out pink with a bunch of fruit in it.
Pink and strawberry. What is that? A cherry and
right, man.
Lemons.
We
manly drink over here.
Yeah, that's Stella cider. So whatever, man. Which
I
like also.
Hey. Still more manly than that pink stuff you sipping on.
We promote health on the Kick and Make Up Show as well, and so there's 3 fruits, and we're supposed to get 5 or 6 a day. So I'm halfway there with this drink.
This has apples in it. So.
But anyway, awesome place. We've been here before. Ate good, delicious.
Yep.
So come down. Thank you guys again for letting us shoot. And man, I'm excited.
Me too, man.
Fast,
so much stuff going on in the world of MMA, especially since we left. It's been way too long, so it's good to be back and ready to get this going.
Before we get into all the particulars, all the events that happened this weekend in the past, month or two, we're going to get the particulars out of the way. Like I said, this is the Kick and Make Up Show. Visit us at www.kickandmakeup.com for all the archived episodes that we've done, pictures, everywhere we've been, it's all there for you. Go on our Facebook page, just type in Kick and Make Up, join the group, we let you ride in, get in on some of our polls. We were reminded today nicely that we probably should get some shirts out that we have done. So like I said, what had happened was with the shirts.
See, now we have no more excuses.
No,
we took a hiatus and had different things happening. So I mean, we're back now. So we're gonna re-up on everything. Everything we owe you, we might be able to get that to you soon, hopefully.
I like how you said that again. Maybe are we back in the early fall?
Maybe possibly soon.
Mid to late fall, early winter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, at some point.
Also, we are on Twitter, at Kick and Make Up is JD's and the shows, and at Hybrid MMA is mine, so make sure to go there and,
Like, we've been doing a lot of tweeting recently and stuff and talking about a lot of things, MMA included, especially with last night, but I'm a big movie buff, and, San Diego Comic-Con was last week, so I was talking to some different people from there, and they're probably like, what are these dudes talking about this stuff for? But I like everything, so, you get a little bit of everything on our Twitter page, so just go there. It's real easy to get to. Kick and Make Up.
Kick and Make Up everything. Facebook, Twitter, website.
Yes.
Bam.
You need to get an Instagram.
I do have an Instagram now, so we can incorporate some of that. It's new to me too. So any of you Instagram people out there, go to Facebook, let us know, drop us a message on how to, make it better. We're pretty new to that too, so we're a little late on the Instagram, but I bet you we can pick up pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
So anyway, here's how the show goes for those of you that are watching it for the first time. We break down the segments into 3. The high kick, the low kick, and that's some bull kick. The high kick is the best thing that's happened within the week, maybe within the last couple of weeks, the best high kick. The low kick is something that's the worst in the last couple of weeks or the last weekend. And then that's some bull kick, man. Our favorite segment, some bull kick, where we just talk a bunch of shit. I don't know if I can cuss here out loud. I feel like I can't.
Know. Yeah, I think
that's why I said like I said it real quietly. But that's when we just
kind
talk,
of whisper it
about whatever we want.
Yeah, and then too, like there's so many different crazy things that happen in MMA, and I really think that the bull kick segment that we have, we're gonna go ahead and crown it the best segment in MMA right there.
I agree.
Yep. Nobody's better than that. Nobody has anything catchier than that. And what we talk about is better than what anybody else is talking about.
Speaking of shirts, too, that should be our shirt if we do some shirts. That's some bull kick. The best MMA segment, period. Like,
there you go.
All right. Let's do this, man.
We got to actually get some more shirts now?
Right. Man, I just put my foot in my mouth again. All right, here we go. Here is the high kick for the week. Last night, as you guys know, it was UFC Fight Night 12. The main event was Robbie Lawler and Matt Brown, and that fight, just on paper, wasn't going to disappoint.
No.
As you guys know, those are two of the welterweights right now, number 1 and 2 contender right now under Johnny Hendricks. Ridiculously good, awesome 5-round fight. I thought it might have been over at the first round. As soon as Lawler started landing some of those shots, he stunned Brown early. Brown literally walked into some of those shots and just took him. Took him. And then you kind of remember, like, oh yeah, Brown just doesn't go down.
Nope. And yeah, you really thought that things were going to, go really quickly for Lawler early on. And he was showing his, pinpoint accuracy. He wasn't fazed by anything that Brown was throwing. A lot of and I know that Robbie's a wrestler, but sometimes you get so caught up in just knowing, well, everybody out here, we all know his past and, everything that he's done. But, his ability boxing wise has improved so much. And it seemed like it took another step just from the fight last night from what we saw. He's throwing a lot of combos.
I was just about to say 4 or 5 hit combos. A couple of those 3-hit combos. It was just, the uppercuts were coming in hard and landing, and Brown was doing the same thing though too. You saw a lot of those tie combos where he would tie you up, get you in the clinch.
I still believe the tie clinch is the most underrated move in MMA. I mean, you can do so much from there, and he's so strong with it that he had Robbie stunned a few times. And then backtracking a little bit, I remember one exchange early on in the first round with Lawler had Brown up against the cage, and he was coming over the top, and he landed 2 uppercuts, and that's something else that you hardly ever see. And it's a devastating punch if you can land it. But action-packed first round, and the rest of the fight sort of continued to be that way.
And it was one of those fights too where you knew that Lawler was ahead each round, but it wasn't by much, and it wasn't going to take too much, because then Brown would come out, and he's so long too. That's what we were talking about last night watching it. He's so long, and he covers distance very well. So he would throw off something, and especially at the end of the round, you would see his flurries, and he would just run at you screaming and getting off his shot. So at the very end, you pretty much knew Lawler was going to win. There was that little bit like I wondered if and this has happened before, they give Brown the win to shake it up a little bit, because there's already been a Hendricks and Lawler, maybe a new one, but that was what happened.
And then too, with Brown, and that was another way that I was able to notice that Lawler was winning the fight, was as the fight went on, first of all, Brown had never went that far in a fight before. Second off, just seeing, Brown's body posture. And like you were saying, he's really good with standing up straight and using his length to his advantage. But as the fight went on, you noticed he was crouching more. He wasn't exactly going in to mix it up as much as he was early on in the fight, and that was one of my indicators that I knew that Lawler was getting through to him and was hurting him a lot.
Lawler's kicks too, a lot of those kicks landed. I still feel like he wasn't fully healed from his last fight with the broken ribs. I mean, I know there's more stuff going on in that region that got jostled and rattled again, and you just see him double over in pain and not go down. So I'm very excited. Like I said, so the end, Lawler gets unanimous decision win over Brown. And that's what I posted today. What happens now? So now Lawler gets Hendricks again, probably the end of the year. This, I would say, the December card. Hendricks has got a few injuries right now, but I could see that being the year-end card for the title again, for the welterweight title. And my question was, what happens to Brown now? So what I thought was he may fight Rory McDonald. McDonald is fresh off a loss from Tyron Woodley at UFC 174, or he may fight Woodley. Woodley fights late August 23rd, I believe, versus Dong Yeon Kim coming up. So if he wins that fight, does he? I could see the Woodley fight a little bit
definitely than
McDonald.
Yeah, than McDonald, and I'm a McDonald fan, and sort of seeing him slide down the ranks is a little discouraging, but I would pay money to see Woodley and Brown fight.
Right.
Wow, that'd be a man. And now if we thought that Lawler versus Brown wasn't going to go 5, there's no way that Woodley Brown goes 5.
No, and I think, and you know what, man, and it may go 5, right. And that'd be the first time that Woodley's drug into the 4th and 5th round. I mean, I think we're seeing just some really dangerous strikers right now in the welterweight division. For a while, it was heavily dominated by wrestlers, but even the title holder now, Hendricks, he's a wrestler, but he's got freaking steel lunchboxes for fists. Right. And we're just seeing a lot of fights that could go 5 or they could be over in 5 seconds.
And so it's also going to show just the sheer depth of the UFC. And you have so many fighters in almost all the weight classes right now that there's no definitive champion in any of the weight classes. I would say there's no one who I'm like I don't know. Like even we got Jones Cormier coming up. I definitely think Jones is going to win, but I could easily make an argument as to how Cormier would be able to pull that fight off too. So it just goes to show the depth of the sport right now. It's incredible.
Right, and I like that. I like that you don't know, and it's not the same title holder for years and years like GSPs and Silvers. It could be passed off all over the place, and I necessarily don't have a problem with that. I know a lot of people do, but just keeps it exciting and makes you train harder. The fact that Lawler's already got another title shot again after an awesome fight last time, and you don't have to wait for that one. I mean, fingers crossed. It goes down the end of the year, and we're in for another year entry.
Yeah,
so
I know. Should be good.
All right, you guys let us know. Like we said, go on Facebook, join the group page. Let us know who you think who you think Matt Brown should fight next. Woodley, Condit. Throw in another name.
Yeah.
I mean, the welterweight division's pretty decent right now. That, like I said, there's just so many people. There's Carlos Condit. When he gets healthy again, it was a pretty bad injury, so maybe a second, but he's right up there too. I think he's ranked number 4 right now, so he heals up quickly. Could you see Condit and Brown? Awesome.
Oh yeah, that'd be a great fight too.
Woodley again, for the rematch. The fight kind of ended quickly. So you guys let us know. Get on the website. Get on all the stuff we said earlier. Let us know what you think. And bam, that's the high kick.
It's a good high kick, man.
Yes.
Feels good to be back in the saddle.
Yes, it does, man. Back in the saddle.
In the pocket.
And now we're gonna go down the dusty road.
Yeah.
We just had the nicely paved area. Yeah, let's take a moment to take a quick drink. I like that I had lemons and limes in my nose. I guess I could put these in there now. Just get them all down.
You know what the funny part is? After this is over, I'll probably get one of those.
You know what's funny also? And yes, I agree. And I might get one of those if I just switch. But it's funny that I'm not going to use the straw because I think that looks, kind of soft.
It's too much.
But it's a pink drink, so it probably doesn't really even matter.
No, the straw, it's already a pink drink. So when you take the pink drink and then you have the straw added on top of it, that's too much. So you don't want to go there.
So let's do this. Here's the low kick. Right. There's enough talk about my pink drink. Let's move on.
Speaking of soft.
The low kick. Oh my gosh. So here it is. Let's just get this up. Chael Sonnen's 2-year suspension, and we're talking about TRT again if you guys don't know. 2-year suspension, no fine, handed down this past Wednesday from the Nevada State Athletic Commission. He failed 2 random drug tests on separate occasions for 4 different performance-enhancing drugs. So he got caught twice. First time he got caught, he retired. He retired from the sport. You got me. I'm done. Nobody was really, I don't think, too upset about that. He's done his thing. We've seen what he can do. He's rattled the Anderson Silva. Right now, too, lately, he's been just kind of on a, he's still around. He's doing more of the commentary stuff. So he retired. Then he was caught for a second time. He was fired from the spot at Fox. So no more commentating, no more fighting. And he was permanently let go from the UFC. So that's pretty harsh. Yeah. Like I said, 2 times failing. It's no surprise that they kind of just laid the hammer down on him.
Right.
But also the 2-year suspension, no fine. He's not really done.
No.
I mean, and what makes everybody so frustrated is that he went talking so much shit about everybody else in performance-enhancing drugs and blah, 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 and then he gets popped twice.
Yep.
So, hypocrite, right. Anyway, here's what's the crazy part. Vitor Belfort, on the other hand, was also caught earlier in February, but was cleared to fight in his title fight in December against Chris Weidman for the middleweight title. despite failing for high elevated testosterone, TRT. Like we've always known, he's failed. He failed earlier, a couple years ago. He was caught early on in his career for steroid use. So it's no surprise that he is kind of the poster boy for TRT.
Yep.
But still didn't get as much, flack as Sonnen did. He does have to comply with random drug tests. He can't fight until December, and the fight has to be in Nevada. Can't be anywhere else, so no Brazil for him. So that's good.
Yeah.
But question for you too: why? Why did he get the nod and not Chael? Why isn't it across the board with this kind of stuff still? I don't know.
I think that's the $1 million question.
Right.
All I know is that the longer that I'm a fan of the sport, the more frustrated I get with TRT in general. There's such I have sort of a prevailing theory on sports enhancement drugs in general, just in every sport that we talk about. I think that they are ridiculously prevalent. Like they are everywhere. In every sport that we like, in every sport that we watch on TV, I am certain that there are players that are doing that. I think that the people who test for them are 2, 3, 4 steps behind the people who make the drugs. There's always going to be easier ways for those athletes to come across and figure out ways to circumvent testing.
Right.
So that's the first thing. And if we sort of base our mindset around that and know that it's everywhere and it's in all these sports, I don't really know how you go about tackling it unless you come up with some ridiculous lifetime ban the first time it happens.
Yeah.
You have to come with something ridiculously strong in order to get that, if you want to get that out the sport.
And I felt like they were close too. I mean, they banned it. So you can't be on it anymore. You can't be cycling off it. That's why they canceled Belfort's fight, because he was cycling off it. But he got approved in Brazil, but not in Nevada. So blah blah blah, all that little details. But I felt like they were close. And then I see this on Wednesday, and I'm just like, it wasn't across the board. I've got to think that Belfort has more star power, obviously. So that's just kind of the pink elephant, white elephant in the room.
Right.
That's I just call it pink elephant because I've got
pink.
It's a white elephant, right? That's a white elephant in the room. He's more drawing power. That fight was supposed to go on this summer, early spring. People still want to see Belfort and Weidman. Weidman's on a tear right now. There's old school fans that are Belfort hardcore fans. Yeah. That's going to bring in. So I don't want to think that it's about dollars, but it is.
It is.
Sonnen's really not bringing in much anymore. He went to the other side as far as commentating, so he's not really a key player in any division now. He was floating around divisions before anyway, just taking fights. He took every fight but damn near heavyweight. So that's why I'm wondering, what's going to happen between now and December more, because I felt like between last January and December there were some movements made. So we still have a little under half the year left before this fight. Sonnen's done for 2 years. That's nobody's caring about that, but it's that low kick more is for the Belfort issue, which I enjoy watching him fight, but I don't think he's ever going to be fully off of TRT, even if he says he is. He's going to find ways. He's going to cycle off these random tests. I don't feel like they're going to be that random.
No.
And I don't know. I'm curious to see, and I want to hear what everybody else says, because I feel like TRT was beat, like a dead horse the last couple of years, but it got some resurgence a little bit again. It's never fully gone away. But with this now it's back in the media, it's back in the news. And what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Belfort should have got the 2-year suspension like Sonnen? Do you think that he should have been not fighting for a title at the very least? You can fight, but you're not fighting for that title. Once again, if he beats Weidman, you've got the poster boy for TRT still as your champion.
And he's got the belt now.
So I don't know.
I don't know. And if I remember correctly, I think our low kick, it was either low kick or bull kick of the year last year was TRT, just in general. And it's not like this is something that has just sprung up. It's been, it's been around since the early days of the sport.
Yeah.
There have been ways to circumvent the testing, and it's just that it's that sort of black eye on MMA that won't go away. It's not going to heal up. There's no, I don't want to be a big conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but there has to be some sort of understanding, and I think for us as fans, we like to think that these sports are pure and that, these athletes are just, they're in the gym all day and they're working out, and they are.
Right.
But they're also using, if they're not using TRT, they're using top of the line supplements. They're using stuff that, may be worse than TRT that nobody knows about yet.
Right,
and
exactly.
it's just, it just hasn't come on the surface yet. And I think we'd all just be so foolish to think that type of stuff doesn't exist. Now, that doesn't make me want to say, oh, well, it's okay then, because I still don't feel like that. I'm still bitter about it.
Yeah.
I still want to, hope that the sport is pure, but maybe it's something that we all need to sit back and say, maybe, you should allow everybody to use it. That's not something that I would suggest or something that I would do, but if you want to even the playing field, that would be evening the playing field.
Yeah.
But then you just don't, you just wonder.
A whole different sport.
Yeah.
There'd be some phenomenal fights if
Yes.
everybody was on TRT.
Yes.
But then you're not like you said, that pure sport anymore. You're not a sport that you can promote to the youth,
right?
And stuff like that, that's how sports stay around. I mean,
right.
And like we said, we were talking earlier, like there's an MMA class at
Yes.
University of Minnesota now.
Right.
If you allow TRT to be in the sport, that class isn't going to stay around because that's not going to be something that they're going to want to push on young kids, on young men and women. It's just not. So I hope they do figure it out. I'm very curious to see what goes on with it.
And can I say one more thing too? I mean, I think about Chael, and I'm trying to find out what is his motivation for doing this. I mean, he's at the tail end of his career. It's not like he's one of those fighters that's so washed up that they're not going to be able to, they're going to be struggling for a dime. Well, maybe I don't know his situation. Maybe he is struggling, but you would think that he wouldn't be. And then he had a dream job, a lifetime job with, the UFC on Fox, and could do that and ride that out for as long as he wanted it, as long as he was able to keep his life straight. And now he's just blown that up.
That's just it, though. He wanted to do double duty, which I completely get. If you're a fighter first, and on a very smaller level too, if you're a fighter first and you want to go into commentating, you're still in that arena. You're still there. And he's probably watching going, I bet I can take this guy to the 100th level. But as you said, he's on his way out. He's been through some battles. He's not in his 20s anymore. He's going to need that extra edge. Right. He's just really bad about doing it. Like, he's not good at hiding it, is what's, like you said before. Yeah. It's unfortunately about being good at it or hiding it or timing it well to be. And I feel like Vitor Belfort, going back to him, times it well, knows when to cycle off, knows when the levels are going to be, that he can say. I mean, some of his excuses too were that it was medical, or that I thought I was cleared in Brazil, so I took a higher dose, but I didn't know. So then, like, he knows what he's talking about with levels. And like, it's not that you want to be the more educated criminal.
Right.
But
I'm 100% certain that anybody who gets caught using performance-enhancing drugs in any sport is 100% using them to get better in their sport. I don't believe any of that BS where people talk about how, there's a lot of football players right now who have been getting caught up with testosterone. And they're saying that, they're trying to have children. And, okay, you get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars at the very least in order to perform in a sport. You have doctors. I know the NFL for certain. I'm sure that every other sport has this too, but there are 24-hour hotlines where you can call and speak with someone, tell them what the supplement is that you're taking, and they will look on a list to see if that's on the banned substance list. Yeah. And if it is, you just don't take it.
And there's
no way to get around that. I don't care how stupid you are. Yeah. If you know that this is your livelihood and you're going to take it that seriously, there's no way that you can make a mistake in doing it.
And that's the athlete that I respect 100%. The one that does his homework, make sure he's putting in all that effort. You got your fans, you got pay-per-view buys, you got all that stuff. You call and you find out what you're on. You know what you're putting in your body, whether it's good or bad. And that's not the case with these guys. That's why they got the low kick. And we'll be continue to be talking about this through the end of the year. And it's going to be the year-end chit-chat again with TRT. Is not going anywhere. So let's take a little drinky drink before we go into the low kick.
I just took one, but...
I like that. I like the pause right there.
The pause for cause.
Should we get like a little graphic that goes through that during that pause?
Yep, we got to put something up there. I'll figure out something.
Let's look for that. All right. So this is my favorite segment and your favorite segment.
Always. The best segment, the best damn segment in MMA.
Yeah. I don't know if we can take the best damn.
Darn.
The best darn.
The best
darn segment. I guess that's close, I guess. Yeah.
This is the best. We know it's the best.
This is the best. That's Some BullKick, the best. That's
yes.
the shirt right there.
There we go.
That's Some BullKick. This week's That's Some BullKick is Jose Aldo versus Chad Mendes 2. Now, why is that the BullKick? Because that is an awesome rematch, right?
Yes.
Sounds good. Here's why this is BullKick. Okay, this fight was supposed to be going on next week, I believe, August 2nd, UFC 176. Whole card got canceled. Postponed. All the other fights went to different venues and different fight cards. Jose Aldo pulled out with an injury. Okay, fine. So the fight gets postponed a couple weeks later, right? No. Now it's going to be at UFC 179, October 25th. Okay, so you're still like a little bit longer. That's cool.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wait a minute. The fight was supposed to be originally in Los Angeles, California. Which California? That's where Mendes resides. So kind of his hometown, you know. I don't know how far Sacramento and LA are from, but it's still your town. It's hometown. Yep, not there anymore. It's going to be in Brazil, where it was the first time. Yeah. So right there, that's BullKick, man.
Yep.
It was already in Brazil. Aldo won. He didn't win. You know what? Honestly, I don't think he won fairly, because if everybody remembers, yes, Aldo did throw a knee and stop the fight. I thought it was a little bit of early stoppage also, maybe because you're in Brazil. Also, Mendes was winning that first round, doing takedowns, and I believe Aldo grabbed the fence for sure once on the way down, if not twice. On a big, huge like suplex. He just reached out and grabbed the fence, which completely turned the fight around at that point. They didn't go to the ground. Aldo doesn't like to be on the ground. Mendes does. Yep. So, in seeing that and having that first fight be controversial, awesome idea to put it in California, put it with the other guys from.
Yes.
Again, but then you guys messed it up. You messed it up, and you put it back in Brazil with no qualms with Brazil at all. But I mean, let's give California a try. I'm not impressed with this decision.
Especially when you have a fight that ended sort of controversially. You know, is that a word, controversially?
Yeah, controversially.
Okay. But yeah, when you have a fight that ended the way that it ended, and to sort of just reshuffle the deck and do it right back the same way that it happened again, like you would think that, and usually the only reason why, you know, this is BullKick is because we've seen the UFC be more fair when it comes to these sort of things. And it also, you know, gives the fighters, you know, there's no other excuses. You know, you can't make an excuse. If Mendes goes out and loses in his hometown or in his home area, state, whatever you want to call it, you know, you can't, you're not going to come back and have those same sort of, you know, bad feelings or, you know, wondering what could have been. Right. But now this fight is going to be filled with that. Yep. And you're just going to wonder, like, I wonder, you know, if it would have been in California, how would it have went? And it sucks to see that, because you know that it's going to be a great fight, and you just have to sit back and hope that it doesn't turn into something that, you know, is going to add a black eye to the sport, or, you know, sort of overshadow everything that it could be. And
Jose Aldo is still probably one of my favorite fighters to watch. I remember him from the WEC, all the crazy stuff he did there. Just high intensity. You know it's going to be a good finish. Just don't do anything controversial this time. And Chad Mendes, learn from your mistakes last time, and you're going to take him down. Get away from the cage so he's not able to grab this time.
Right.
just go in there and be, I don't know, man, uber hyper to get it going on your end, because you know across the other way, across the cage, Aldo's going to be doing the same thing. Yeah. I'm excited to see it. I'm liking the featherweight division more now. Just quickly, you know, excited to see Conor McGregor. I'm just going to give him a shout out. I did at the end of the year. Stars to watch. I still think that he's going to be something very interesting. The last couple weeks he fought awesome. Now he's top 10. He broke into the top 10 in the division. Maybe fighting Dustin Poirier. Poirier's up there. That'd be an awesome fight. I'd like to see Poirier versus. I mean, eventually, I'd like to see McGregor fighting for a title. He's awesome what he does. But Poirier right there too. Like, there's so many exciting fighters. Ricardo Lamas. Like the featherweight division. I don't know. It's slowly becoming one of my favorite divisions, I think, to watch. So I'm very excited, and I want good champions and good matchups again. And so
I have a question. Just going to throw this out there. Do you think that the UFC has any sort of Brazilian sort of bias or anything like that?
I don't think they have a bias, but I think that they know that crowd is going to be huge every time. It's going to sell out. It's going to shake the roof. So they need to do a lot of high-profile fights there. They can't do Belfort. He's one of the main draws there. Machida went over there, but it wasn't as big as I think they thought. You've got to do like the Jose Aldos, the Anderson Silvas, like those, the Nogueiras, like those guys. So I don't think they're biased, but I think they know what they have with the Brazilian fans and with the Brazilian fighters. And so, as this may not be fair, it's gonna sell out. The pay-per-view is gonna do very well too, because there's gonna be enough people that want to see this fight again. The first one was awesome. I believe this fight too, the fight card in October. Somebody else got added on to today, and I can't remember, but they're going to probably stack this card decently too. Because whenever there's a fight card that's out of the States, they want to kind of show it up a little bit. So it's they're doing the business models just fine right there. What's fair anymore, really. So, but we will give it the bull kick on this show. If it's not fair, it's some bull kick. And that's just how it is.
The bull kick does not care about what's fair. Doesn't care about business models. We just look at it critically as fans. That's it. It is what it is. So you gotta accept the bull kick.
You guys let us know what you guys think about that. Like you said, join the Facebook group page, Twitter @HybridMMA, @KickandMakeUp. Let us know how excited you are to see this rematch. If you're feeling the same way, like, do you think that's some bull kick that it's going to Brazil and not in California? Let us know. We like to argue too. We didn't tell the new viewers we like to argue. We don't call it argue. We'll call it debate. We like to debate with you guys on social media. It's good.
And then we have a few people who will, try to jab at us a little bit, but we don't have enough of that. Challenge me, ask me something. I will be 100% happy to kick your butt in a debate anytime. Twitter, Facebook, not real life, but Twitter or Facebook. We can do that.
Social media wise, gotta make that real.
Social media fighting.
We should put a little banner at the bottom that goes through like this. We said social media. Make sure you remember we said that. So we have so this time we promise you, we're gonna tell you what's coming up, and we do mean that it's coming up next week. We don't mean that it's coming up in a long layoff again. What we're gonna be covering next week is UFC on Fox Sports 1, Ryan Bader versus Ovince St. Preux. It's going to be it looks like it's going to be a really good card. The main event, Ryan Bader, Ovince St. Preux. It's going to be a fun fight. Ovince St. Preux is one of those guys that came from Strikeforce, not very well known, but Bader too. Like, whenever he fights, they're entertaining fights. So maybe not much division movement, but a fun main event. The co-main event, I'm ecstatic about. It's Abel Trujillo versus Ross Pearson. Somebody is getting knocked out.
I was going to say, I know you for sure have been on the Abel Trujillo bandwagon from the very beginning. I
have, man.
You were pushing the cart. You were pushing the wagon.
Golly, man. His first fight with devastating knees, the first or second fight, was ridiculous, and he knocked out Jamie Varner later. And Ross Pearson too, he's a thrower. They're both bangers. They're both wrestlers too as well. So I hope it's not one of those type of fights, but it's got potential to be be fight of the night for sure. Also on the card, Tim Bosch, Gray Maynard, Sean Jordan, heavyweight, Sarah McMahon, ranked number 4 right now. So a decent card. August 16th, Fox Sports 1. We're definitely going to preview that a little bit next week. We're also going to start going into cage aggression. Let's
rocking my shirt today. I don't know if you can see it.
We've got a big giving back show at the end of the month, cage aggression. So we are going to start getting our notes tallied ready for that. Maybe start previewing a few fights here and there. Have Mike Goodwin on sometime in the next couple weeks. Do one of those shows and get that rolling. So we got a lot to do. We got a lot to do.
Oh yeah,
a lot to do.
And I mean, if anybody is interested in the cage aggression giving back show, you can contact us. Through the show. And when they say giving back, they definitely mean giving back because the tickets to the event are free. All you got to do is make sure you have one, and you're invited to come in and see the what is by far the best amateur show in the Midwest. For free. For free.
We literally have tickets in our possession.
Right in my bag over there. I got tickets right now.
If you guys want them, like I said, hit us up, kickandmakeup.com. The Facebook page, drop a message. Hit us up on Twitter at kickandmakeup, at Hybrid MMA. Let us know. Get to that fight. Keep up with all these kind of fights so you have stuff to talk about with us. Fight.
Yes.
About damn time, man.
I love it.
Golly.
I love it.
The break is over. The wait is over. The break is over. Kick and make up.
It's like, we took a little break, but now we're not gonna have another break, hopefully.
No. No, we're not.
No breaks. We're gonna go straight through until next year this time, and then we're gonna take another summer.
This was episode 18. Summer's off. Summer's off like teachers. MMA teachers is what we're gonna call ourselves. This was episode 18. 19 will be very soon.
Yes.
It won't be a long break between 17 and 18.
No. And if you own a restaurant, or if you own some sort of establishment, entertainment place, if you got a house and you want us to come and do our show there, let us know. Hit us up. Facebook, Twitter. Kick and Make Up. Just look for us. We're everywhere. You can Google us too. We're Googleable. So just
I love that, Googleable.
Just Google us.
Sounds like we're slurring, but we're not.
Googleable. No, not at all.
I like to thank also Brix one more time. 425 15th Street in Moline. It's Sunday, so we are about to have some of this $6 specialty pizza. And another one of these $3 homemade sangrias on tap. It's filled up since we've been here.
Yeah, I know.
So, like I said, whenever you're watching this, get down here, downtown Moline. Thank you, Brix. And that is the Kick and Make Up Show. I'm your host, the American Hybrid, Jeremy J.D. Dorsey. Remember, don't solve it in the streets. Take it to the cage and kick and make up.